So, good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good morning. It's Sunday, early Sunday morning. Not too early. It's just 9 o'clock. I'm just doing this video at 9 o'clock. Uh, we want to, of course, thank the Lord for who we are and giving us a blessed day. So, first, you guys know that this channel is not just a channel about coding. It's not just a channel about showing you guys about billing or giving you an introduction about billing. It's about motivation, inspiration, and dreams and goals. Whatever you want to do, just do it. So again, when I started this book, it was 2016, end of 2015. I think I actually started it and kind of getting into it. But I stopped. I kept going. I stopped. I kept going. I diamond coding billing. I did the teaching XYZ, did everything. But you don't give up. You just keep doing what you want to do, and it will prosper into what you want it to. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. So you guys are going to see my face go switch because I've got a screen here, I've got the phone here, I've got another computer there, and I got books here that I got to look at. So let's do that. So one of the things that I always try to tell people to block out the non-supporters. If they do not support you now, they did not support you then. Okay, and a lot of things that you want to do, a lot of things that you did prior that you want to just improve on. If you're not getting the support that you need, keep it moving. Keep it moving. Figure out a way to get other support. Reach out for other support. It doesn't matter who or what it is. I don't care if it's old Remy in there, that I probably talk to a lot. My partner over there, she's my partner. But again, block out the non-supporters. Okay, so you guys know that, this is a study channel. We study here. We ask study questions here. And, we try to find the answers. I do not teach on this channel. It's impossible to teach on this channel because I can't do it. Those of you guys who are beginners to billing, coding, you got to start from the beginning. I just show you from scratch, what to do and, how to try to, take it in and process it. Okay, so, that's kind of hard to do when, we're talking about things that are a little bit more, in depth than, stuff that we talk about in the beginning field. So, again, just bear with us. You follow whatever, take notes or whatever you want to do. Because what we do here, you can find it anywhere. YouTube have so much stuff on it. You can find it. That's why I tell y'all, I posted those videos so I could let y'all know that you can find whatever you need on YouTube. And that's one of my tricks. When you go to work and you're trying to kind of sneak a study in and you're like, geez, you're doing your work or whatever. Most places let you use your headphones. Put it in. Put the YouTube channel on. Now, don't let them see the YouTube channel. Turn your phone upside down. So you're doing two things at work. This is how I look at work. I don't even look at work when I go to work. It's an educational foundation for me. When I go to work, I look at it like they are teaching me. I'm learning here. I'm doing something that's educational. Even though, I'm assisting in getting funds, I'm helping, I'm XYZ, I'm doing my duties, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But I think of it as an education. I think of it as I'm going to school for free. They're paying me to go to school. That's how I think about it. So some of you guys should think about it like that too. When you go to work, just, think of it in a different way. A lot of us, when we get ready to get up and go to work, we do not want to go. We don't want to go. It's not like I want to get up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. That's just, I'm kind of used to it now. That's, it is what it is. Get your coffee, do what you got to do. I need at least an hour to kind of bum around before I even get out the house. So, even if you don't want to go to work, just go. Because guess what? When you get there, all that is going to be out the door. It's going to be out the door, because this is what you're going to do when you get there. So how many hours do I have in today? When is payday? Okay, all that. I don't feel like going to work. I'm tired. I ain't going to get there. Okay, go to the lunchroom, get you a Red Bull or whatever you get, and get yourself working. Get yourself motivated. Show them, you can do this. Don't be talking about you ain't going. You got to go. You got to go. Once you get in that door, that is out the window. What you do? Thank God I'm here. But 2 hours later, you done had your little tea time breakfast. You're gonna start work. Trust me. So don't be talking about you ain't going to work. Get up and go to work. Do what you got to do, because you got that bill you got to pay tomorrow. Okay. So again, this is a study class. This is not a teaching class. I can't teach y'all step by step, but I can do it. In the classroom. Go on the website, look in there and see how to get in the classroom. Shoot me an email. I'll tell you how to get in the classroom. Oh, one of the things, one of my girlfriends, she said to me, her daughter wanted to do the class. Listen, if you are on social service or PA or TANF or something like that, the class is free. They do not pay for the class. They don't pay for the class. The class is free. So anybody who has anything like that, and that's why I did that first video. Not to say everybody's like home, just kind of like chilling, but I just want to be your old hometown girl. I don't want, this is not let's do this to that. No, I don't get down like that. Y'all already know me. There ain't nothing fake or phony about me. And people get the wrong perception about you. Like I told you before, you can have the biggest heart, and somebody will say something crazy to you, and you'll be like, I didn't know they thought like that. Really? Why in the world? Anyway, next story. You guys do not have to pay. Even for I think I'm going to roll it out maybe the first 60 days. I'm not sure. My daughter, she's got a couple of her girlfriends that she know from the Bronx that, want to do it. You guys do not have to pay. It had nothing to do with you guys knowing my daughter. You guys do not have to pay. You guys want to start this class, you want to learn how to do billing, let me know. You do not have to pay for this. I will go step by step for you. Do have to buy the book. Now, y'all have to buy the book. I can't do all that. But I will give you a discount on the AAPC books. You can get a discount on those. But I'll figure out a way where you guys don't have to purchase those books. Or, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm working out something with social service to get them to pay for their books. So look out for that. So, again, you guys do not have to pay for that. And some of you guys are just started in the billing, the coding. Somebody asked me about a forum or group. Yeah, we're trying to do something like that. It takes time to do that. But, if I can get enough of y'all, let's just do what we got to do. This world does not have enough of coders, trust me. Coders and billers and so forth. But that's my main thing. I do coding and billing, for physician. I am going to do ICD-10 PCS. I'm going to have a little small course like how I did before with the ICD-10 PCS when we first switched over to 10. But the hospital coders, they do that. I do the physician coders. But go on CMS/ICD-10, some kind of way. You guys can pull up the current ICD-10 CM guidelines. You remember what I told you? Read them. 10 times. I don't care how many times you read them. Record yourself. Whatever you need to do to retain the information that you need. Get that ICD-10 because you can start looking at that without purchasing that book right away. The book is like $110 or $20. I don't know what it is now. It's like $110, $20. The book is expensive, but at least you could kind of, you can look at the guidelines and kind of get started with that, in the coding situation. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there real quickly. So firstly, let's, keep the motivation going. You got motivation channels out there. If you feeling like crap today, turn something on in YouTube. They'll pump you up. Any of them, and sometimes they give you that motivation to do what you got to do. I'm telling you, it's like, it's crazy. My favorite is Denzel Washington. Now, that is my boy. He is amazing. I'm telling you. And, when you have a gift that you want to give back to other people, you're born with that. That's not something somebody can teach you. They can't teach you that. You know what I'm saying? Don't let people turn you into a monster. Don't do that. In one of my psychology classes when I was in college, They taught us so much stuff about psychology and narcissistic psychopaths and, all that kind of stuff. And don't let nobody turn you into a monster. You got to shut it down and block it out. Shut it down and block it out. Because next thing you know, you're going to be like, damn, don't do that. Because that's going to mess you up. Nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. Everybody done things in life to try to better themselves, whether it's right or wrong. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? You pass that. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? You do something to better your life. You don't do nothing to anybody else, but I heard stories of people think that they've had to do. Okay. So, when people judge you about something that you had to do, that had to do with you, leave them alone. Because you know what? They just trying to find something to say negative about you. Leave them alone. Because if you do something and it got to do with you, how can you judge me because you're not in my shoes? You see what I'm saying? So block it out. Block it out. You know what I'm saying? I have people, send me emails about, they are like blindsided. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the monkey get you. And you know what? I say that a lot. I haven't said that on YouTube because some people get offended when I say that. It's not to be offended. It's just a saying we used to say back in the school down in North Carolina. Me and I can't even think of his name when we ran the school over there. But that's just me. Some of my students that's on here, y'all know me. Y'all know I got a poem about that, but I'm not going to say it because I'm trying to offend nobody. And it's not really to be offensive. It's just, y'all know how I am. I write poems. Sometimes they come in my classroom. I got poems and stuff. But it's really all about motivation. One of my students, she was a doll. She wrote a poem. And I can't remember what I had them write a poem about. I think their goals and dreams. And she had 3 sons. And she touched us so bad with, I'm making a path for my 3 kings. Ooh, that thing still touched me. I think I put it in the book. I don't even know. But 2 poems I did put in the book from 2 of my students. Okay, so again, this class is about motivation. Don't let them knock you down. I don't care if your coworkers, your cousins, your spouses, your, whoever it may be that may be blocking you. Because sometimes that can happen. People can turn you another way. You want to go to school and then you just all of a sudden, I can't do it. Or you just... Let me tell you something. If you don't get it the first time, you get it the second time. You don't get it the second time, you get it the third time. I mean, geez, when my daughter first learned how to drive in Georgia, I think she took that test 3-4 times. Rainy, I ain't bad. I'm just motivation. Rainy said, "Ma, I did it. I told you. You didn't believe you can do it." So, she got a license and stuff. But, she's in New York now. So she said, "Ma, I don't need to drive." I thought, okay, all right. Like my son, everybody know my son is like me. He's like his mother, he'll jump and do something in a minute. He don't care. My son will get on a plane anywhere. He'll drive. It took him 3 days to get to Texas. My son is amazing. My kids, both of them, they're both amazing. I'm so proud of both of my children. And my son, it took me years to have him. So, he's amazing. So, again, this channel is about motivation. You got to keep it moving. I don't care if you got to work at Bojangles. Just do it. If you have to do it, just do it. How are you going to survive? Even if you work part-time and you just got to get a little bit of something, you have to have something. Because can you imagine if you have nothing, what are you going to do? So, if you make a little bit, then you got a little bit of life. If you make a whole bunch, then you got to do a whole big life. You know what I'm saying? If you make, this much, you driving your Benz, you good. But if you're making whatever, you can drive whatever. You're going to live, But keep your goals posted. Keep your goals up there, what you want to do, okay? We all face challenges in life. We all face challenges in life. Life is like... It's very hard. I'm telling you, that's like the worst thing that people can think about as far as how am I going to get through life? You'll get there. Pray every day you'll get there. And that's not to be discriminative. Some of us do, some of us don't. But, trust me, you'll get there. So, some of you all do face changes in life, and have taken your own problems to another level. Don't take those problems with you. Put them out the door. Let me tell you something. When wrong come knocking at your door, don't make it right. Don't make it right, because that is not accepted. Do not accept the unacceptable. I'm going to tell you again, when wrong comes knocking at your door, do not make it right. It is unacceptable, okay, to accept something that you are not happy with. Don't do it. Do not do it, okay? Don't do it. If that's not for you, keep it moving. If this is not for you, keep it moving. It's going to affect you in the long term, I'm telling you, because you'll be like, well, I might as well because I don't have anything else, or, well, I might as well fall in. No, you got to keep it moving to make it better. Well, I might as well. I'm not doing anything else. No, you got to keep it moving and make your own seed. Do not settle for less. It's not okay. Don't settle for less. Think of your own integrity. Okay? Think of your own perseverance, what you want in life. I mean, people have their own dignity. Don't settle for less. Don't say, okay, don't take John when you could have had Paul. Wait for Paul. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just using that as an example, but that's just part of the motivation. But what I'm saying is, don't settle for less. If she's not riding with you, keep it moving. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? If he's not riding with you, keep it moving. You understand what I'm saying? That's all you can do. Keep it moving. All right, so that's the end of that. We did 15 minutes on motivation, but I just wanted to let y'all know, don't settle for less. You know what I'm saying? Just keep striving, moving forward, and know what you want. People cannot judge you. You know what I'm saying? And the craziest thing, the people that judge you, they are so perfect. I'm telling you. You don't know the unperfect about them. You just know the fact that they judge you, and they just, especially those people who judge you right off the bat. They don't even ask you, well, what happened? They just they come at you like a lion. You're like, well, damn, you don't even know what happened, So, I'm telling you, I'm just kind of responding to some of the emails that I get. And, the things that they say are so true. But I'm telling you, if they don't support you, keep it moving. Keep it moving. My next goal is to open the career center. I'm not going to do it in New York. I'm going to do it in North Carolina. But that's the next move, to open up the career center. I had one in the back of my house when I was down there, but I want to try to do the straight career center, with computers and everything in there. See, trust me, give me about a year or two. I'm going to get there. So keep it moving. Y'all know my saying. I always say keep it moving. I got to say this. So, the one thing, my mother, I'm going to talk a little bit about my mother. My mother's the strongest black woman I ever met in my life. And she used to say, don't let anybody make a flunky out of you. Don't ever flunky for nobody. Okay? And you know what? I never have. Because I will walk away from something in a minute. It don't take me but 5 seconds to walk away from something. And I take that heat from an old man I met. Old man was about 100 years old. Don't you ever fool with nothing you can't walk away from. Y'all understand me? Don't fool with nothing that you can't walk away from, because don't feel like you tied up in something. Don't feel like, I got to do this or I got to do that. Oh, I got to be like everybody else, so I got to be down with it. That's not the case. Nobody don't know nothing about you, so they assume that that's how you want to be. No, that's not it. You got your own way of life. You know what I'm saying? But again, don't ever fool with nothing you can't walk away from. And don't let nobody make no fool out of you. Don't do it. One of my best friends, she always say, Lisa, you're too strong. Lisa, give somebody a break. I guess that's why I ain't married yet. She'll say, I'm too mean, or no, I'm not. I just can't. I can't, because when you do something to me, I don't fool with you no more. Ain't gonna be no 1, 2, 3 years and we back together, or me and you as friends or something like that. It'll never be like it was before. I would never let you back in my house, or I would never, me and you would never be friends like we were before. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. You can ask anybody about me, but I want y'all to stay real. Stay real. Don't flunk it for nobody. Don't be fake for nobody. There's no reason to. When those people pinpoint you like that, they don't know you. They don't even ask you what's good. They just boom, because they're probably hating on you. Y'all know what I say about those haters. You know what I'm saying? Let the haters be the motivators. Okay, so let's get started. Just remember, don't let nobody make no fool out of you. Keep it moving. So I did post those videos about the heart. I love the heart. Cardio is just so amazing to me. So look at those videos, okay? Look at those videos. Because on your CPC, there might be something on it that says, how does the heart work? It's going to be multiple choice questions more than likely, but it's going to ask about, I'm not sure now, how does the heart work or what's involved, the aorta, your veins, how does the heart work, the deoxygenated blood, what goes first or whatever. So that's why I put the videos on there, and also about the segments. The segments may be on there. So, and I'm hoping you guys did look at that video. That's why I'm just seeing it without being too discreet, because type the video in and pop up anyone on YouTube. I can't really, go into like an hour or so on that. Again, this is tutoring session and trying to put you guys in the right place to find these things. So, just type in what you need, and on YouTube, you can listen to it as many times as you want to. Some of these people are amazing. One of the Anesthesia girls that I listened to, she was amazing. I put her on Facebook. I mean, she went detail for detail. I mean, patience. I'm not too fond of the ones that, talk to people like they're robots and, this is how I don't like that. Be real. Just talk. Just say what you got to say. So that's what I want you to do. You guys have anything you want to look at? I don't care what it is. Just typing it on YouTube. They've got it on there. I'll have some on here, but, study the best way you can to retain the information for you to pass that CPC. That's what it's all about. Passing the CPC. Okay. Somebody mentioned to me about my Twitter. I just started the Twitter. Y'all know I'm not all this, IT literate, but I'm trying to get this thing down. So I got the Twitter. Yes, that's me on the Twitter. I am there with my my grandnephew, Isaiah. So people are like, "That's not you. That you, Lisa? Did you?" That's me. My nephew was first born. He was about 3 days old, and I came up from New York to Connecticut, and I love that picture. He's my heart. I haven't seen him in a minute, but I got to go around and see him. His daddy came over, not his daddy. I'm sorry, his granddaddy. That's Terry's. That's Terry's grandson. So you guys know my brother. He was over the other day. With his big belly. Anyway, he just grinning ear to ear, but he didn't have the kids for him. Anyway, so yeah, go to YouTube. Shoot something in there and you guys watch that YouTube, okay? Because I'm telling you, it's a lot of stuff. I can't watch the Kobe thing because I still don't believe it. So if anybody show me anything with Kobe, I don't watch it because I'm sorry, I'm still in denial. It's been about a month or so. Like my boy, the first thing I did was call my son. So I know he was 40. He ain't much, I'm 50, but everybody call you sons. And, I call my son, don't you go to Walmart, don't you, So, y'all call your sons because Kobe, he's like my son. So anyway, so go on YouTube and do what you got to do. So in my class, we'll have a discussion board. Now, we're trying to figure out how to do this thing where you guys can kind of get at me any way you can. So we still consider it, this discussion board on Edmodo. So some of you guys who don't know what Edmodo is, that's like my class. That's a teaching class I did when I was at the college over there. But I still have that class, and I still interact with my students from there. So you guys are still, available to get in that class. And there are stuff that in that class that you can use. So we will be utilizing the Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Skype, even Google Duo. I've got to figure out a way to do one-on-one sessions with those who cannot attend. Which that's fine. I'm just working out, not during my work hours. I'm sorry, I can't never give up my day job, but I will have an afternoon career center that, I'm gonna try to work on. People tell you don't do too much, I got the wedding, I got the this, I got the that. All right, some of that stuff I just put on the back burner, but trust me, he's working with me. He got to, or you got to go. I ain't mean that, Kevin. You just read. But You got goals. You got to do what you got to do. I'm telling you, if you ain't got that right one that's supporting you, got to. He ain't the right one. He ain't the right one. Uh, so, uh, so that's what I want y'all to do. Oh, and there was I listened to a medical terminology YouTube. This dude was amazing. It sounded like he might have been reading from the book and just giving definitions, but he really wasn't. He was breaking it down as to what to look for. So that I want y'all to listen to. I posted it on my channel, so that medical terminology should be on there. Now I know this video is a little long. Normally I'm doing 15 minutes, but I wanted this one to be long because I got a bunch of stuff to say. But I might just cut it in half and do another one. I don't want y'all to get bored with me. So listen to him. Medical terminology is the thing. He will hook you up with that. Okay. And also, I know I'm getting a lot of emails. I'm trying to answer everybody's emails, but you got which is good because you guys are sending me the questions before I actually get on, and I'm able to answer them. So continue to do that. Shoot me the email. Text me or however you want to do it, a 203 number. You guys go ahead and text me, and then I can put that into the channel. Okay, so I remember last week I said that it wasn't really going to be introduction. We were going to start kind of talking about anesthesia, which we are going to do right now. So and I also put a video out there on anesthesia. Your anesthesia on your test is not that many sections. And you see, I write down everything. That's what I told you. I probably was on my break when I ran through this. I'm pretty sure that, you guys, I want y'all to do the same. Just write down everything. I mean, you got to use index cards and, this is me. Everything. I write down everything. I got books and stuff all over the place. I'm telling you. Write down everything. So on your exam, there's 8 questions. Okay, you will have time reporting, qualifying circumstance, physical status modifiers, anesthesia, surgical, diagnostic, and obstetric services. That's the only thing you need to study. If you know that that's what's going to be on the test, just study that. You don't have to go over the whole 6-year rundown of how to do anesthesia. Just study what's going to be on the test. And remember, an anesthesiologist is still a physician. He's still a physician. He did go through a 6-year course, okay, for his certification, his credentials of doing anesthesia. So in most hospitals, they wear blue. I know over there where Sneaky work at, they still wear blue. So, just be careful of that. Because something like that might be on a test that's real tricky. Like, what is an anesthesiologist? He's a physician. A, B, C, D. Which one is he? I don't know if that is it. I'm just kind of throwing that out there. So just remember that, he does a 6-year program, and that's how he gets his anesthesia credentials. We did the 8 questions. We did the time reporting. Okay, and watch the BTM. The BTM, you guys are going to look at that in your book. It's in there, and I don't know how in-depth it goes because I haven't looked in there to see, but the BTM is B is for base unit, T for time, and M is for modifying unit. That's how they calculate anesthesia money. That's how they get paid. Look on CMS website. I don't know how it is, base calculators or something like that, and they'll give you the amount of money that certain services are paid for. The bigger the service, the more money, because anesthesia is in 15-minute increments. So the base units depends on the 15 minutes. If you have 60 minutes, that's 4 units. So you're gonna do the base times. Don't get me quoted because I want you to look at that because I don't remember, but that's how you're going to do it. So the conversation factor is how we're going to get that money. Conversation factor is CF. That may be on the test. So that BTM, they may say, well, what's B, what's T, what's M, what's CF. So, just write that stuff down. Like I said, use your index cards and put them up so you guys can have them. That to me, that's the best way to do it because you can always pull out an index card anywhere. So remember, on your CPC, there are three services for anesthesia that they're going to be on the CPC. They may say, what is general anesthesia? He's asleep, he's unconscious, and sedated or whatever. He's not sedated. He's unconscious. Okay. MAC is monitored anesthesia care. the patient is under a local anesthesia, and the anesthesiologist is in that room close just in case he have to switch over and give that patient general anesthesia. The other one is a regional block. That's kind of like an epidural in your back. You know, you guys know that's like a little catheter. They put it in there, you know, it numbs your area. They don't shoot it in your artery or vein. It goes around the artery. Because that was somebody asked me that. I mean, just listen, ask what you want. Because if I don't know, I'll find out. Because trust me, I ain't the expert-ish. But I'll find out, you know, I have people that I can ask or whatever. So, yeah, so, you know, be precarious to that. And what local anesthesia, topical use and stuff like that, that's like, you know, Ambisol and stuff like that. You know, when you put Ambisol, numb your teeth and stuff like that. Watch those questions because I'm telling you, AAPC, they have stuff on there that is the exact same, and you will get confused. Okay, so we talked about that. So okay, so that's done. What I had on there. What I have here is it's pretty much the same stuff that we've been talking about. I just want to make sure that you guys have all the information that you need to look for, that you need to study with, that you need to, you know, you have to make sure you get a good study area. All right. Now, some of the stuff that we have on here for you guys to look at, hold on one second. Let me I got to bend down for a second. I can't get it. All right. Hold on. This book this is the book that I use. Look at this book. As you can see, I have stickies everywhere. That's how I want y'all. Have stickies everywhere. Okay. So in here, it says, if you have something you need to directly pinpoint in your CPC, highlight it and write it down on your index cards. Yeah, write it down on your index cards. Highlight it and write it down. Because that's the only way you're going to remember it. Okay. If you need to record yourself, I would do that too. I would record myself on something that I need to remember. And then, you know, I would start listening to it. If you need to kind of program yourself to remember it, then go ahead and do it like that. Okay? And then you can listen to it as many times as you want to. Again, the medical terminology, I have something here that you guys can listen to. We're going to do medical terminology. So I'm just going to run through it. To give you an idea of what might be on the test or what you want to look for while you're on that test. So it's not like we're doing like a whole medical terminology class and I'm teaching medical terminology. No, I'm just giving you what could be on your exam. So keep in mind that that's what this is about. This is a study guide. This is a study group here. So also keep in mind when you guys are coding and you find a glitch in what to look for, highlight it. Write it down by that code. This code needs this. That code needs that. Do not code this without an add-on code. Write it in your book so that you can remember it. Okay. We kind of talked a little bit about anesthesia and what's on the test, the relative value units. We talked about that before, but we're going to try to go through a step-by-step. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to show you where it is in your book and where you can find out how to do it. It's in the anesthesia section on your CPC book. I know I should have this book right here. Ask me where I put. All right, I have to look for that book. I know it's right here somewhere because I just looked at it. I wanted to show y'all the definition of the RVU. So again, the RVU and the conversation factors, they're used by Medicare, and commercial uses it too. Remember, commercial is considered third party payer. Okay, private payers, that's the same thing. As you see that, make sure that you recognize that that's the same thing. Okay, we talked about that. We also talked about the open and close questions. When you guys do get to those, move quickly through them. If you want to just kind of study those first, you can study those first. CPC has exams that you can get They're like $10 or something like that that you can kind of do pre-tests on. But in your CPC book and in my book, in my guide, we have stuff like that in there already. But the CPC books has rationales in the back that can explain to you why this answer is what it is. That's pertaining to the cases. Now, as far as the short answers, I mean, you're gonna have to remember that what the answers are. But the cases, just get yourself familiar with the medical terminology and how the case go. What I would do is this is what I used to do, because it's just, when you see them, it's fascinating. Not physically being in the room, but watching the videos is amazing. Watch the cardiovascular video, putting a stent in, removing fibroids. Pull the video up, look at it, look and see how it's done. It just gives you an idea, because when you look at the cases, you could visually see what's going on or what could happen. So if you do a salpingo-oophorectomy, that's removal of your uterus and your fallopian tubes. If it's a partial, you're gonna do partial. But look, if you say salpingo-oophorectomy, who knows what that is? Look at it. Look at the video and see how it actually shows you the uterus and the fibroids that are in the uterus. I'm not gonna lie, it is totally disgusting. If you think about how you're walking around with this in your stomach, it is totally disgusting. But if they bothering you, I wouldn't, that's just me. I wouldn't, it don't bother. If they ain't bothering you, it is, you got to get them out, get them out. But I'm just saying, look at the video and see how it is. It is something else. And one video I did see where they did salpingo-oophorectomy through the vagina. And vagina, remember, cope is vagina. When you see cope on that test, that's vagina. They removed the fibroid through the vagina. I mean, it was like a baby. He was pulling that thing out of there, and that was to prevent her from having a big old scar. Because you could do it with the laparoscope, or you could do it, to do straight open. But this one was done. They took it out through her vagina, and I mean, the vagina literally flipped inside out. There's a word for that. I can't think of what it is, but there's a word when your vagina flips inside out. It's not drooping. I can't think of the word for it, but some of you know what I'm talking about, when your vagina flips inside out. When you get older, stuff like that happens. What is it, ptosis as in drooping? Yeah, it's ptosis, but it's much worse for women when we get older. So just be careful. It's not like we get, like when you get a cerclage, when you keep the baby in, that's a cerclage. They tie you up to keep your baby in. People get that when they get older to keep your uterus from falling out. That's why a lot of people just straight get a hysterectomy. I can't give you nothing on hysterectomy now. All I know is I see, I heard people tell me that they just dry. I'm a little bit scared of that, because, I have fibroids too, but I'm scared. I don't know, I done seen 3 or 4 doctors, you get your references, you see them, you get different opinions. And that's the way I do. I got to get 3 or 4 opinions before I roll with anything. So, again, ptosis is drooping, and we're going drooping of the uterus. And the uterus can turn inside out, but you can get it taken out. You have no more babies and all that kind of stuff. I love the kids, so don't get me wrong. You gotta do what you gotta do. Anyway, so yeah, you have to fully understand the coding and how it's done. If you don't understand something, you gotta ask. I used to annoy my boss like crazy. He was regional director. I used to annoy him like crazy, and he used to go, Miss Lambert, how many times are you gonna say I can't? I don't understand. I don't know what you're talking about. And you know who's like that? My grandson. He don't let you live it down, Sean. Well, what do you mean? Why? Why did they do that? Grandma, what's the reason? Grandma Lisa, who told you that? What? And I look at him. That boy just like his grandma. He is his grandma's grandson, I'm gonna tell you. So ask questions. Don't sit there and be like, you're too cute, you ain't gonna ask no question. Because listen, if you're coding something and you don't know, don't be ashamed to be asked nobody, because you have to query the doctor that's on the test. You have to query the doctor, especially when you don't know or you don't understand something. You understand? Because you better know whether you're going to use that modifier 26. Did you read the report or not? You're not going to talk to him like that, but did the doctor do the EKG? Did he read it? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. If you don't know, you got to ask him. You know, this thing, you have a bunch of charges that the modifier is missing, and they're not going to get paid. So that's what that 26 modifier is. The TC is technical component. Okay, so we're gonna go over that. That's radiology, that's a different level. So again, go on YouTube and find what you want to find. Ask me as many questions as you need to. If you don't have time to find it and you want to know what it is, shoot it to me. I'll try to look for it, and I'll try to get it back at you. So again, this is a study class, so we kind of show you what you need to do to study. We're going to go over the guidelines. There's 1995 and 1997. That's the guidelines of E&M services. When you code for E&M services, there's a guide sheet that you use, and it has your history on there. I can't think of all of it on there. Your levels of history, the range of services, the range of systems, everything that you need to calculate the E&M services on there. And there's two we use, the 95 and 1997. I don't care which one you get for the classroom, but if we're on 97, we do 97. We're on 95, we do 95. The difference is the 97 is just more better. It's more explanatory. The 95 is the same thing. It just doesn't have that much explanatory on there. When we get to E&M services, we'll go into that. But you have to move on. Get into what you want to. But I'm trying to put you in the right spot. In your CPC, in the E&M section, is chapter 18. I'm going to find that book. It's chapter 18. I was just looking at it. It's chapter 18, but it'll show you what it is anyway. Oh, here it is. It'll show you what it is. So let me see if I can get it. I don't think you guys can see it. You guys can't see it, so it's like my waste of time for trying to show you guys. But look, you see how this is like, you see how I got the book. It's like ridiculous. But problem focus, expanding problem focus, you got to figure out how that's done. The HPI, history of present illness, RRS, range of symptoms, past history, past and present illness, all that is in there. So, again, this is the stuff that you need to look at. The chief complaint, that's what the guide grid is for, the guideline grid. And I'm telling you, the CPC book, you got to get the CPC book. There's no way that you can pass that test without it. In the medicine section is very long. But it's a lot of stuff in there. I ain't gonna lie, I probably read that section like 10 times. I probably finally got it on the 11th try. But you have to find your own way of retaining stuff. So, find your way of retaining. I'm 42 minutes in, so I got about 15 more minutes. So you do have to find your own way of retaining stuff. So we're gonna go through that in not the next segment, but probably the week after next. I'll probably do A&M. I mean, y'all let me know which one y'all want me to go through first. Y'all want to skip and go E&M? We can do that. No big deal. So we talked about how you guys are going to do medical terminology. I am going to show you medical terminology, but I still want you to kind of get abreast, because some of that stuff that you listen to on YouTube, it gets you back in the grid of remembering. I have people who did coding many years ago, and like they're getting ready to retire and they want to do something at home, and they listen to the videos. It will come back to you. It will come back to you. My videos will not make it come back to you, because I'm not going to go in depth like that. I listen to some of the YouTube videos that actually do go in depth, but I'm going to put you in the right place. Again, what you hear here, you're going to hear like bits and pieces, introductory stuff, just kind of letting you know, this is what you need to look for. This is what you need to do. What are you getting stuck on? Kind of bits and pieces. Tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want to listen to. If you say, Miss Lambert, how do I get this book for $20? Where can I go? I don't know. Let's find out. I don't know. I just tell my students that all the time. They used to ask me all kind of stuff. And I'll be like, I don't know, but I got you. And trust me, they know me. I get it. That's why I say, when you're at work, don't let them know you're learning from them. Don't let them know you're learning from them, because they're not going to show you nothing. I'm telling you. Once they know that you are learning from them, the insecurity hits. You're like the plague. Holy cow. Do not show her nothing. And it's crazy. Do it. Do it. I want y'all to do that. Try that at work. Try that at work. Get as much information as you can. I don't go to your manager, supervisor, I don't know, that TL thing, team leader thing. I don't discuss that because that's like, we just did that so we can get them to do managerial work. But they dolls too. But ask them, try to, find out, watch and see how their demeanor changes. Don't be telling the grapevine what you want to do, because, they're going to know. You know what I'm saying? If you have to go here for about 2-3 months, because you're getting ready to go up there, don't tell. Just do it. Just do it. Okay? So, again, go on that CMS. Look for that ICD-10. CM. Y'all can do that now. I want y'all to do that now so y'all can look at the ICD-10 CM update. Remember, ICD-10 CM, okay? CM, because different states have their own thing. I was a CM, okay? And one thing I wanted to point out, when you guys do, some of you guys who might be getting ready to take your test, watch out for these crazy words like hepat, liver, hemat, blood. 2 different words. They sound the same. Don't get them mixed up. Hemat, blood. Hepat, liver. Be careful, okay? Be careful with that. Branchial, your arm, right? Brachytherapy, radiation therapy. I'm telling you, first time, I'm telling you, I was lost. And I was like, well, what did I do? You just got to find it out. So, just be careful of those. I don't know what that is. What? Okay. Just be careful of those. Site and cyto, the same thing. It's cell. Okay. So I told y'all about listening to the medical terminology. What type of channel this is. We go over what's on the CPC. We want to kind of stay focused on that on this channel. In the classes, no. In the classes, we do everything. It's not just what's on CPC. When you guys join my class, we do everything. We go billing. We do everything. HMO, PPO, POS. We do everything. Okay. We teach you about insurances. We do all that stuff. If you need to have one-on-one, we work that out. We got all those things, Twitter and all that kind of stuff. We try to do the one-on-one thing, but the discussion board will be the same. You guys all will be in the discussion board. In the classes, you guys will get, that's like beginner, stuff. But if some of you guys are coming in who are already advanced, the class is split up for advanced people, depending on what you're taking, because you've got one for CPC students and the other one is for the beginners that are getting themselves ready to learn billing and coding. Okay. So again, listen to those channels. I can't stress that enough about those channels, because I want you to write down whatever you need to. And what's good to do? Write down the stuff that's on the test and get towards this. This is what I would do. Go to YouTube or online, your website or whatever, type in time report, anesthesia time reporting. I guarantee you it will pull up how to do it. Okay, and pull up how to do it. All right. So, and don't forget, you can have the calculator. Oh yeah. So I did get back. I did get word back from AAPC. Yeah, we're still using the calculators for that. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just know it's the base unit times the modifying factors or whatever. Get that straight. Because as you can see, I can't remember to get it down the line. I can't. I got to look at it myself. So when you get to that question, I don't know if you're going to have that question, but I would write it down in my CPT book, in the anesthesia section, what you're going to times what by. Okay. And remember, they're going to trick you by putting a second in there. In anesthesia, we don't count seconds. It's to the minute. So don't get confused. It's going to be, the answer's going to be there and they're going to have that second on it. That's how they trick you. So don't pick that one. Okay, there's no seconds in anesthesia. And remember, the anesthesia time starts when he starts preparing that patient. It's ticking. It's ticking. When he's completely finished with that patient and that patient is handed off to the nurse, he's finished. Remember, the surgeon is already done. Surgeon's already done. That anesthesiologist, you know, it sounds strange, but you know, you hear some, they get paid more than the physicians. They get paid more than the surgeons. They're the ones that's keeping you alive. You know, I mean, you can look and find out. I mean, don't quote nothing I be saying. Just, you know, find out for yourself. If, you know, let me know. I don't know. Let me know. But, you know, that's the hearsay. You know, the anesthesiologist is paid more. So, you know, you're talking about he's a physician and anesthesiologist. So, anyway, look at those guidelines. Look at those guidelines, okay? And the anesthesia guidelines is in there too. See, I would start with anesthesia, and I'm just saying that because when I first started, I keep getting stuck on it. I'm like, okay, so what's missing? In radiology, which other one? Pathology. So we start with the hard stuff. So that's, if you don't want to, let me know. But anesthesia, radiology, pathology, I'm digging into that because those are challenges. I mean, the panels in pathology is like, you know, it's a pain in the neck, because when you have a panel, remember that if one of those tests is not in that panel, you cannot use it. You cannot use it. If you have a panel that has everything in there, all the lab tests that the doctor took, you can use it. If he did that and more, you can use that panel and then just add the other codes in. He did this, and that. If it's not, you know, I'm telling you, pathology is not that cut and dry. So many in there, you know, like quantitative and qualitative. Come on now. Qualitative is what? We're testing for drug. Did he take the drug? He looked like he took something. Less qualitative. Let's see if he took something. Yeah, qualitative comes back. Yeah. Quantitative is how much did he take and what he took. So you see what I'm saying? It's on the test. You know, it's like 4 or 5 different tests. You don't know what's on. You take the first one, you know, the second one, you ain't gonna get it like the first one. It might be different. But again, you know, the qualitative and quantitative, that's all different. That's gonna, you know, that's gonna cause a problem. You guys know I take my glasses off when I'm like, you know, what do you call that in rapping? I'm freelancing, so I really don't need to look at nothing right now. I'm ready to close y'all out. But yeah, pathology is something else. It's you can't remember everything on it. I mean, the book is right there in front of you, but you still need to know definitions. You still need to know a lot of things that you don't know offhand. You still need, this stuff here, that stuff for prior. I don't think I missed anything. I kind of just put everything in one. So yeah, this one is long, but I wanted it to be at least an hour long, because there's all kind of stuff in here. We're talking about all kind of things. But again, you got to take it, you know, take it one step at a time. But I just want to start with the more challenging stuff first. The lab and path. I got to put these on again because I just want to kind of, even though we're not doing lab and path, but I had this in front of me. So this is lab and path. There's 10 questions on lab and path. Organ disease panels, drug testing, therapeutic drug testing, molecular pathology, chemistry, hematology, immunology, transfusions, microbiology, cytopathology, cytogenic, that's human cells, surgical pathology, in vivo. In vivo is you're doing tests on a live person. So, you know, forensics, all that stuff. And, you know, one of my, you know, I told you my cousin, she always say, well, I watch forensic files all the time. I watch forensic files because they be saying how these people died, you know, and you know what happened to them, what, you know, what was the cause, you know, that helps you with your tests and stuff like that. They show a lot of surgeries and medical terminology, you know, all kind of stuff on there. And you know who do too? Botch. Botch has so much medical terminology. They clowns, I ain't gonna lie, but I love that show. But they have a lot of medical terminology, you know, on that show. But you know, again, you know, that's what we're gonna roll with. I don't know what that is. That's what we're going to roll with. I'm just double checking what's in here. Let's close this. Again, you know, just kind of be aware, you know, of the anesthesia, the base units, time, modifying factors, You know, go to CMS. Go to YouTube, find out, you know, what's on YouTube, listen to it. You need it programmed to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? And the guy, you know, with the medical terminology, it, you know, pertaining to, you know, cephalic head. We're going to go through that too. But if you want to, you know, listen to it ahead of time, you know, go ahead and listen to it ahead of time. But that's where we're headed to. The next time I'll be on next week. Probably next weekend for the video. Next weekend for the next video. One of my girlfriends asked me about some t-shirts or something that she want to make, or she want to, you know, she want us to order or whatever. I don't know all that kind of stuff right now, but, you know, Trina, you listening, you can do it if you want to. But, you know, like I said, we're getting there. We're getting there. You know, the videos will get better. The everything will get better. You know, I got to learn how to edit this thing, because sometimes I say stuff on here that's like, Lisa, really? So, you know, just think of me as your hometown instructor, or, you know, somebody that you can talk to. You know, again, I told y'all, you know, wrong come knocking at your door, do not make it right. You can't convince yourself, you know, that, well, this is normal. You know, it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not normal. You got to always try to get yourself out of a situation. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, that old man, he was scary too. He had a gray eye. I mean, he was the cutest old man I ever seen in my life. You know, he said, don't you ever fool with nothing you can't walk away from. And I'm telling you, I don't, because you know, I don't. I used to just do interviews just to do them, you know. But that was for the purpose of the book. You know, I had my students do like a little interview thing to see who can get hired and who not, so we could know what we should do, and, you know, to make everything better, you know, because I don't, you know, I don't want them to do stuff. You know, don't do stuff you see Ms. Lambert doing. You know, if you know, if you can't handle that, you know, don't do it. So, you know, that's one of the things. I got 3 minutes on here, so. Like I said, don't do anything that you guys can't walk away from, or that you're afraid to do. If it's something that you think is beyond your reach, it's really not. Make a plan and get it done. Let the haters be the motivators. There's always somebody who tell you you can't do this, you can't do that, but yet they can do it. Isn't that crazy? So, you know, don't do that, because that's what they want. You know, when you call somebody and you be all happy, you want to be like, hey, how you doing? The first thing they do is bring up something negative. Bye, I'll talk to you later. That's what you got to do, because it ain't going to work. You know what I'm saying? This is, you know, it's not going to work. I'm telling you, I've been there, seen that, done that. And I work with so many different people. I know so many different people. And I learned from the most amazing people. Mr. Tyrone Everts. You know, I didn't really know him long, but, you know, to me, he was a true soldier. And, you know, how he represented, you know, himself and certain things that he did. And, you know, to others, they may not think that because of what they saw in him, but I wasn't looking for that in him. I was looking for the positive in him. And, you know, he's the one, you know, who brung it out. You know, he's the one, you know. Ms. Lambert, I see something in you that nobody don't see. You understand what I'm saying? And he used to call me sister girl all the time. Sister girl. I used to be like, is he disrespecting me? What's with this sister girl stuff? But, you know, I took that sister girl thing to another level. You understand? Nobody never called me that. And he, I mean, I sat down with him for a good hour, 2 hours, and this man broke it down to me from end to end. I mean, he was the most righteous man I've ever met in my life. And he started that sister girl thing. I was like, wow, I didn't even know what my calling was then. I didn't even know what I was supposed to be doing. You know, he opened my eyes and said, sister girl, this is what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be teaching and educating and motivating. That's how he talked to me. And it was amazing. You know, I never forgot him. And to this day, you know, much respect to him. You know, Miss Tyrone Evans, much respect to him. And he may not agree with me. You know, ain't nobody perfect, but, you know, he was a true soldier to me. You know, and a lot of people are, you know, a lot of people you find, you know, Find somebody to latch on to that you can learn from, and teach you right from wrong, and teach you what you can do, what what you should go about doing. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't right, it ain't right. Anyway, I got to review this video. I can't correct it because I don't know how, I ain't figured that out yet. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Everybody have a good Sunday and keep studying. Pick up the cards. Keep studying. Read. Do something. Send me an email. Send me a text. Hit me up on Twitter. That's our forum, y'all. Bye.